You should have said that.
I should have opened this first.
Hello, welcome back to Tuesday.
Hey guys,
we are back, and I put drifting on the thumbnail, but it's not because we're actually drifting.
No,
we last week, Brandon, myself, and Jim, we all went down to KOH.
Actually, we were drifting.
Well, we went drifting. Yes, but anyway, so we went down to KOH. We had we did a quick trip, a few days.
Hi, Michael.
Yes, check in where you're watching from. And the last time you did some sort of RC you didn't like. No.
Yeah, how many of you guys have tried two-wheel drive RC drifting?
Yeah.
This is my second time. Your second time.
Well, yeah.
Your second unsuccessful attempt.
I drifted for about 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. I was like, I do not belong here.
You didn't give it enough time.
That could be true, but we went down to Super G.
It's the Drift Kings. Yeah.
So,
and we posted all the videos afterwards.
We did post
them. It's so cool.
Yeah.
To watch them tandem drift.
Especially after somebody handing you the radio and then trying it, and you're like, oh,
I get it.
Not exactly easy.
Yeah.
Good day from Israel. Nice. Like it.
Chilly upstate New York. It is. I just drove back and it was 79 degrees up.
Yeah, it's amazing here right now.
Yeah. Wow. So, although we're about to get dumped on with rain for the next week.
But could be worse. Our weather's been pretty nice.
It's low.
So yeah, we went down to KOH was the reason for the trip. Super G was just a sidebar before we left town. But we went down to King of the Hammers. If you guys aren't aware, King of the Hammers, the big race is this week. I think Saturday is the 4,400 class, which is like the race of kings, they call it. So that's the big one that if you're interested in watching, you can find it on YouTube, Ultra 4 Racing YouTube channel. But there's racing all week, qualifying or racing.
EMC qualifying was
today.
I've watched a little bit this morning. What's up, John? It was good seeing you in Hammertown.
Oh yeah, John Martin's there with Canyon Coolers. We got
Canyon Coolers.
Stop by and see their booth as well. Say hi to John for a little bit. The Hammertown is where you'll find all the vendors and things like that. And it was an awesome time. We got to see a bunch of cool stuff. Just go down there and look at cool cars and cool new products, and everyone's got their
driftwoods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Josh and I think we knew this, but we found out, confirmed that aluminum wheels are a very, very bad idea in drifting.
You don't.
Oh, definitely don't do that.
Yeah,
it's all about tuning the
softness
of your plastic wheels for traction, bite, transitioning. And we were just like,
I did get to sit there and geek out on the technical side of the drifting. I was super into learning about all the little differences of why they like this versus that, but I have zero interest in doing it myself.
I should have bought my drift cart.
Oh, you could have. You could have brought my drift car in too.
Also, not ready to go.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple here soon.
That's Johnson Valley, right? Yes, that is correct. Johnson Valley, Southern California area. So we went down, just saw super cool cars as well as some Class 11 VW bugs, which Brandon and I were just like, ooh.
We could do that. That could be us.
Yeah. Go race Class 11.
Sell a couple RC cars and go buy a VW.
Yeah.
Race.
Let's go. So,
hello, nerds. I think I was calling everybody nerds at KOH.
Yeah.
That was a lot of it.
I accept. But
yeah, the Class 11 VW. Something talking to you over there?
Yeah.
Is that the new router that's working?
Right.
Letting you know?
Alexa.
Class 11 will be a blast. If you guys haven't seen that, go look up Class 11 Racing. They did a
school VW bugs.
They lined up 20 of them this year for the race and did a mass start, and it failed.
Yeah.
About 4 guys just took off, and everybody else kind of stuttered and weren't sure they should go, and then they just all started going. Yeah. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, seeing the different, there's all kinds of different classes at King of the Hammers, everything from modified forerunners to full ground up builds. We stopped and talked to the guys from what was it, Walnut Creek Toyota. They had a forerunner.
What class would that been?
4800.
Yeah. Had a Marlin long travel with 74 wheel portals on the front, stock rear axle with 74 wheel portals. and I think it was a third or fourth gen, whatever one had the 4.7 V8, and then they supercharged it.
Yeah, right before the
Cool
event,
build though.
like 2 days before the event.
Yeah,
they put a supercharger on it. And also a bunch of the teams down there,
Starlink.
they've got Starlinks mounted into their vehicles now, so they can do the live feeds, which is
like a dash cam, basically.
dash cam live feed from in there. And they said their router basically zip tied to one of the cage posts, which was also pretty funny to see. Just this home Wi-Fi router that's stuck to the side of it. Like, I wonder how that's going to deal with the vibration. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was a cool build. A lot of Ford presence out there.
Yeah, the
Broncos everywhere.
Lots and lots of Broncos.
Or, you know, something that barely looks like a Bronco.
Yeah, they put a Bronco
grill and hood.
They
look good though.
So definitely a lot of opportunities for inspiration of things, which was, you know, something that we're always interested in seeing. But if you'd like to watch some of that racing, highly recommend it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, Art says aluminum wheels would be great for display. We agree. Yeah.
You know what?
I think if we built drift cars, because obviously we can't drive them.
Right.
They just need to look at it.
I know. And we do have a bunch of aluminum drift wheels here. So
those aren't drift wheels. Those weren't intended to be drift wheels. I think you could probably fit the tires on it, but that was a touring car wheel. I had a set of those with rubber tires on them.
Yeah. Cowboy Cerrone raced in it last year. Did he this year? Yep. We saw his truck this year going through tech. We were there kind of when everyone was lining up for tech and getting their course maps and all that.
Seeing all the trophy trucks, hearing them.
Yeah. Just walking behind and smelling race gas. I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
I'll ride.
Yeah. Those things are.
But yeah, so I think the trophy truck race, or they call it T1 races, were on Saturday last week. You can go back and watch the replay of the race, though, which is up on YouTube. You can go watch the whole thing.
Lots of comments in here about, we got a mosquito?
What is fly?
If we went down there for, influencing a U4 racer.
Oh,
kill it.
That's going to be so annoying.
If it went out, shut the door.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, we kind of went down there. We have, as you guys have seen on our decal sheets, a bunch of partners now. So we go down and say hi, see how they're doing. IBOC is one of our newest partners, and they were actually demoing the Stance RTR and giving one away in their booth. So we went and said hi to them and checked them out. And yeah, of course, walk around Hammertown and get ideas. It's fun.
Yeah. The IBOC booth was cool. They took a stance and put a cool IBOC livery on it, and they built a course with some of like their IBOC springs and crates, and just they had some rocks brought in. So it was fun to see. That was definitely, a bonus. And they also had Hot Wheels that they were giving away, which we
possibly
got some early.
Yeah, with some exclusive GameStop only color.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
That'll work.
Never been to GameStop for Hot Wheels.
That might be easier to go to now, though. So
is it 10 degrees there? I see Brandon has a winter coat on. So it's so warm today. We actually turned the air conditioning on in the studio.
Yeah.
It works well.
Yeah, it's actually a little chilly.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is nice in here. I figured since we'd be sitting here an hour, I just put my hoodie back on.
But so
that's a good question.
What's that?
With iBlock being a partner, will we see some red parts? We should do some red caps and stuff. Actually, I don't know if iBlock caps. I think iBlock, like say I was shopping for my Tundra, seeing what they had. They were all like they looked exactly like S80s.
Oh, because they're silver spring.
Yeah,
with a silver body
and a black top.
They're okay. So yeah,
maybe they have some red stuff on there, like streetcar coilovers and everything. So yes, we could do red S80 parts. I've actually been meaning to do that. A couple more colors.
That'd be reasonable to do.
Yeah, red, of course.
Yeah, definitely worth looking into adding some stuff.
Is iBot coming on the Ripper too? So the iBot connection is actually why we were at Super G as well. Our buddy over there, Vittorio, is the digital marketing media manager. He reached out because he got into drifting and he works at iBot, and he bought a Phoenix RTR from Super G and got hooked. And he's like, hey, I work for iBot. We'd love to do some stuff with you guys. And
Yeah,
Just that's how it worked.
kind of came along naturally. It's
And he is such a good driver.
Oh,
Super
God.
G.
Yeah.
What he came into a corner, reverse entry, hit the throttle, and he's like, "Ooh, I hit the tape."
Yeah,
And he was like, instead of being an inch off the wall the entire drift, he was 3 inches off the wall because he hit the tape.
got
on
too
the
much
ground.
traction on the tape.
We're like, oh,
I was reverse entering every corner. I was
after a 360 or before?
I was negative inches off of the wall every single time.
Yeah. It was also interesting to see all those cars that they build. The number of capacitors.
Yeah, the little differences.
The electronics are a whole different world. The suspension setup. I mean, we understand suspension setup, but the way that they go about it is pretty wild.
Yeah, we did enjoy, you know, the difference of chassis flex versus no chassis flex and wheel stiffness, and I still think they're nerds. But
question: so last week, Michael and I released these tanks in 3 different colored wheels. They all match. So if you buy those, you buy 2 pairs for a set of 4, they will match.
They will absolutely. Those will all match each other.
Within reason with plating.
Yeah. And there's still there's a few sets left of these 2 colors. I think
gray's gone,
almost gone. I think there's only like maybe 2 pairs left of those.
And the colors are only slightly different from our normal colors.
Yeah, they're not really that far off. It's just a slight enough difference where
it was enough if the red got mixed in with our normal red and you bought them at different times, they would be 2 different.
You would know. So that was the reason that we would.
Yep.
You know, the off-color wheels look really good in person. Yeah, they're not going to be that different. It's just you always worry about someone who, you know, finds a pair here and finds a pair here, or has bought something. So that's the only reason.
So a couple of them are still available. If you go to the outlet section, you'll find those on the site. They're at a slight discount.
Yeah, if you haven't looked, the outlet section isn't maybe an area that you would check very often. Just every once in a while, there's something up in there it'll state why it's in there.
Yeah,
you'll never have to guess. But
setup sheets for the VRD. Remember we talked about that?
We actually did. We wanted to do that in the back of the manual.
Yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
It is something we'd still like to do.
We landed from KOH Saturday morning, and I drove straight to our local comp at Folsom Lake that a couple guys put on. And there were so many VRDs out there in stance bodies. So
yep,
definitely we need to do a setup sheet because we're starting to see a lot of them.
Yeah, we'll get those done.
But if you have any questions on setup, feel free to ask. I mean, we're here. We can answer that stuff right now.
We'll put those up so that we can. And I think Brandon and I, when we had initially talked about it, like we need to put one in the back of the manual, and we should also do like what your setup is or my setup is.
Right.
Fam would never get his done.
He brought it in last week.
Did he?
Yeah, when we stacked all those trucks right here, his VRD was in there.
But it still didn't have a body or something, right?
It probably didn't have a plug.
Yeah.
I heard of it. So do the 2 outlet wheels come with hubs? Did we mess up on that listing? Or did I do that?
No, it shouldn't have. I think that guy.
If it said it came with hubs, that was a mistake. No, they do not come with hubs.
Yeah, no.
Our wheels typically do not come with hubs.
I think if they did show, it might have been for before the show, but beyond that, it shouldn't have ever.
And they're at a discounted price compared to our usual. So.
Any shock position tips, oil, link placement, things like that?
Yes. Go ahead.
You run a heavier oil than I do in my shocks. You're running 50?
70
now. Okay.
Yep.
I ran the 30 for a long time.
And that's because I drive slower than you.
Yes, you do.
And that allows the suspension to settle into obstacles.
I got places to be. So you're just trying to soak up any of that time when you're not having to chase your kids. But
there's only 6 minutes on a course.
Yeah. I think I run. I think currently I've got 35 weight in mine, which I still like. And then my shock positioning on my most current one is the exact same as the kit manual.
Same. And I haven't that. So really the biggest changes I made would be the stubby kit, which sorry guys, I don't have an ETA on that yet. I saw a few guys asking. We run revolvers, low profile servo. soft springs. I mean, basically, we tested that kit for so long. The out of the box instruction build is what we run.
Yeah, how we were.
Yeah.
We moved shock position, the shock tower.
Well,
it was way further back. We ended up moving it further forward the more and more we ran them and tested them.
And shorten the height to get more belly clearance.
Right. So
yeah, we went through a lot of chassis designs just to get the shock placement where we wanted it.
So yeah, that's why you're going to find us running ones that are pretty close to what the instructions show, because that's just how we both. And now I have not switched over to a stubby yet. I have everything to do it except the stubby kit.
I thought one of your trucks was.
My Nationals truck was.
Gotcha.
But I've been running one of the actual originals. So
yes, revolvers in the VRD. When we mentioned stubby kit,
yeah,
it requires a revolver outrunner style motor, something real short allows you to shorten the transmission.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you can run one of those revolvers outrunners on a standard length VFD.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You can actually shave a lot of weight out of the chassis by doing that.
Right.
So even if stubby kits are out of stock, build that carbon kit stock, put a revolver in there, and you're ready to go. When they're back in stock, you move your servo down and you already have your electronic style.
Right, which would be an easy way to go. I still have a Fusion in mind, the 2300, which I keep feeling is faster now than
It's fast. Yeah.
So,
even though we geared down on in a comp truck.
I'm going to go to an 1800 kV revolver. And so that's my plan. I just haven't done it yet because I'm also waiting on a stubby kit, but I just keep driving it like it is, and it does really well. I mean, it's still just every event, it still drives about like I want it to.
Yeah.
It just ends up, sometimes I get a little throttle happy. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of throttle available.
Yeah. I think my Holmes Outrunner is an 1850 or
yeah, I think they're 18.
It's under 2000 kV.
Because I have the same one as you do.
Yeah.
I just haven't put it in yet.
Yeah. Yes, a Reefs 800 low profile will fit.
Is that what you're running currently?
Yeah, and it's so without hitting the stubby, the servo mounts with the stubby kit, that is actually the longest item. The servo fits inside that, so all servos should fit that stubby kit.
Yeah,
it's if you don't run a low profile, you're just going to hang down below the tube a little.
I got a question forwarded to me today from someone that was saying that the 888 from Reefs they thought wouldn't fit, which there shouldn't be any reason that would be the case. I was like, I'm running a 777 in my other one.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe what they had got confused on is people saying that a full height, like a 777, 888 will hang down further.
Are they talking about on top of the axle or behind the axle?
They were talking with stubby kit, I believe.
Huh.
And I think that they were just saying, I think that they had it in their head that the distance, since it's going to hang down further, wasn't going to work.
Gotcha. Where
I've been running a full height servo in mine for a long time.
VXT2s, I'm still running our dual stage foams, and I've been running them a long time now. I don't know. I'm still running VXT2s they're probably 2 years old now. They're getting bald, and they just continue to work.
I've got in my Nationals truck that had the VXT2s, I've got Crawler Innovations in there because it was before we had released our foams. So I had the Crawler Innovations dual stage in there. And then in the one that I run now, I've got our inserts in there. And,
if you don't wear hats or drink coffee,
how do you function all day?
We literally are always in hats.
Yeah.
And always drinking coffee.
Yes.
Yes, we should do some more clothing.
And some
comp stance would be at the top of the list.
Yeah, that's definitely something else.
Big old hoodie comp stance figure.
Exactly. I think just tramp stance.
Or maybe just right on the top of the hood.
Jeez.
Mowing.
Yeah. Just across the back. But yeah, no, also that there's, a handful of things that I want to get some banners done as well. Stuff like that. Little banners, shop size banners, a variety.
Another confirmation. Yes, the Reefs 800 fits.
With the brass bottom. I like that.
Yeah. You guys sell the inner F10 portal covers in aluminum. So you're probably talking about the knuckles without the cover. That
right. No, we do not.
We can have that discussion publicly if you'd like, because I think we should.
Yeah,
because everyone's buying here. So what he's talking about, since I have it here, he would like to purchase just the knuckle without the aluminum cover, because I'm assuming you want to buy brass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The knuckles came out first before we did brass. So naturally we sold it with the cover. We can go back and reevaluate that.
We could reevaluate it. It is an extra step or extra part listings, things like that.
It would be another part listing.
Are
we making the knuckles and covers in pairs? I wonder.
No,
together.
No, they're made separately. So yeah, while it is possible, it is doubling up on listings, things like that. So it's something that is possible, though. I mean, there's
Phoenix clear cabs. Thought we got those in. That's Michael. Michael, if you're watching, let us know.
Chime in from the.
Let's see, we got the Fordyce cabs, we got the interiors, we got the bedsides.
The stance painted bodies.
Stance.
Those and clear bodies. Did they both come in?
Yes, we have clear bodies in stock.
Both of those.
Stance clear bodies are.
Yeah.
Phoenix clear cabs. We're in process. I really thought we got those in.
I believe so as well. What knuckle on an HD44? That is currently listed as the SCX-10-2 knuckle.
Can you fix that?
I have fixed that on the site that nobody can see. Yes. So we've talked about it a little bit here and there, but I'm working on the new website side, which will be a completely different platform solution, the whole deal from what we currently have. And a lot of things will be updated or changed on there to hopefully reflect things that are common questions and issues. But
thank you, Michael.
It will.
Phoenix clear cabs are in stock on the website.
There we go. Perfect.
Yep. So go to the bodies section, go to parts, go to bodies. They should be in there. Let's see. We share the drag link spec on the F10 BTA mount with the VP horn. It is a 50 millimeter link. So you just want to order a titanium pair of links. You can get the 50s, or what's included is that slimmer link that's 50 millimeters long. And I run it to the, that 50 mil link will run to the passenger side knuckle. If you want to go to the other side, I'd have to check on that length, but I prefer it to go to the passenger side. Just it seems to clear everything a little better, and you're not steering over the top of the third member.
I didn't remember that. I thought it went to the other side.
I bet when you built yours, we didn't have the links spec'd yet.
That's probably right.
Figured it out. Walk back into inventory, grab a link.
I have drywall dust on mine.
Oh,
because I hung that light, which I didn't turn on.
Gosh, why is the clear Phoenix cab not in the body section?
God, Michael, fix that.
Michael. Yep, sorry about that. Just the click of a box. Origin bodies, they're in progress. No ETA on those yet. We kind of focused on the BRD and stance for a while, and those bodies hopefully will be back in stock before long.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
I did go to the driver's side. See, and you can tell I just used a random titanium link I had.
Michael says fixed. What'd you do? Oh yeah, and what servo is that? That's the AAA.
It is a AAA. Why do I think I had a 777? AAA will fit.
There's a stubby kit behind the axle AAA. What machine gear set do I need for the BRD stance? So you have a couple options. The BRD stance comes with 6% overdrive and the centered gears. So you could go, we sell a complete machined gear set for that. That would retain the 6%.
Mm-hmm.
We sell a 21% conversion, which would include plates and 2 machine gears. Or we sell the lightweight gear sets. So there's a front and a T-case gear set. You buy both of those. That would give you all the lightweight gears and 21% with just those 2 part numbers.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know those all off the top of my head, but I would recommend in a VRD lightweight gears. So
yeah, it
makes a big difference.
The lightweight gears, the front section, and the T. Even if you want to just do the T-case first, you can do them. Do them in stages. You do the T-case first, it'll give you 21% overdrive, and the lightweight. So you'll cut some weight out of there. Most of the weight saving is in the front 2 gears, though, because that lower 52 tooth gear is a heavy one.
Yeah.
So
that's the big one.
But those are also under the least stress.
Your mom says hi to both of us.
Hello.
Hi, Josh's mom. It's good seeing you guys out there. Yeah, Brazen.
Nice
we
ran into Brett from Brazen Scale, went and hung out in their Team Indiana's pits.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of cars that we got to climb around and look at up close, which was fun. And then ran into Brett in Hammertown a couple of times as well as we were perusing around. And so, yeah, ran into a handful of people out there that we knew. Some old friends from RCC were there, and some friends that I've known for a long time as well. We got to.
It was wild to just walk around and be like, "Hey,
Hey.
it's been like 10 years." And,
Yeah.
How you doing?
Got to play the Beam and G in the driving simulator at the KOH
Yeah.
General Store, which was super fun as well. It makes me want a sim rig even more. So,
here's a tech question: aluminum F10 portal housings will fit your Stance RTR, VRD Stance RTR. The links for the carbon are now available, so you can buy a full link set for your Stance RTR, and that'll include the HD rod ends on with that set as well.
So you get HD rod ends, the beefier.
I had that whole set in here because I took photos.
The beefier lower links that are bent as well. And yeah, if you want the housings, everything will be a direct swap over. So you can fit everything right in there without any changes, no geometry or anything like that. It'll just adjust your weight, of course, and strength.
The micro cracks on the Origin. So that body was actually laser cut at the factory, and they're not actually cracks. It's just it's left over from the process of trimming that body.
Right.
So yeah, if you went and tried to if you see those little lines in there, it's not actually cracked or cut or anything like that.
It was something that we noticed and learned at the time,
and we changed to
paints make it, or certain types of paint really like reacted or made it show in that way. I remember seeing, I think Matt had showed me that at one time or whatever, but yeah, it was it was done with a kind of a crazy laser cutting process that was, because it was for our first kit,
our very first body,
very low, in comparison to the big manufacturers, low volume at the time or whatever.
That was the best way to do it.
And it was the best way for us to get that out there.
Yeah. Our Q series coming back.
Yes. I think those will be back soon, actually, as well. I think those are in process.
How's the VFD twin front dig going? Since I posted the picture in the WeRC Rock group, I printed the part and it's on my desk. As soon as I do a good test fit of that part, I'll create a print. We'll move into actually making it.
Yeah.
So, it's just a side project, so we'll get it done. Let's see, Fordyce cab. Did we just lose feed?
Still says we're going.
It finally popped up with comment though.
Yeah.
Making me nervous clicking that too many times.
Either way. I thought we had Fordyce. We have Fordyce cabs in stock.
Yep.
Should be in stock, but
if it's not in the body section, just search Fordyce body. It should pop up. Michael will probably be fixing that right now.
Don't Google search that. Just search it on our website.
Sorry, Michael. Great. Now we're going to Google search Fordyce bodies. I 100% agree.
I mean, I'm a big fan of it.
Actually, I would love not a leak, everybody. I would love to make a few more versions of that body. But
yeah, it's definitely one that we,
you can only do something so many times before everyone thinks it's the same body released again.
Yeah, that was our thing. Like a lot. It was always the joke of brands that just put a new body onto it, the same rig. It's like, oh, just a new body.
Yeah,
ours was a new truck underneath of the same body each time. It's like maybe we should not be doing that anymore.
Because I would love to do like a pinched version of that. Yeah, but yeah, it'll just everyone will think we're releasing the same body.
So it's like this is the same truck with the new.
No, someone kicked a wire.
Yeah.
Oh, Vanquish tools. Actually, saw those in the shipping room today.
Yeah, there's
some.
They've been going through.
Check our website. Tools may be back in stock.
Yeah, or at least continue to keep checking because
the handles were getting lasered. I saw them back from plating. Yeah,
they'll just be in constant process now.
Yep.
So
we're moving on those. Let's see.
It is
overdrive percentage. Do you think you'll have on that? I guess I could check. If you're referring to the lightweight gears, you'll end up with 21% in the transmission.
Well, yeah, 20% in the trans, but if you're talking about a total, you're going to be at that 37.
Yep.
So if you're talking about a VRD stance, adding the 21%, you'll be at 37.
Going to Google now.
Uh,
Michael fixed the bodies. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. It is 3:30 our time. So if you're on the Facebook side, jump over to YouTube, search Vanquish Products. You'll find the channel over there, and you can join the last half hour of it. Otherwise, thanks for joining us on Facebook. See you next week.
Hit the remove button.
Say
Yes.
Lots of clicks. Agreed.
Metric tools are in stock.
There you
Okay,
go.
so maybe we don't have the scale hardware tools or ring.
Yeah, I see the little
I
signal
saw it
thing.
down there, pop too. Yeah.
So, oh, now it's fairly good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We are not kicking the cables.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking about the VFD twin front and rear dig. That will have a
Let's be
6% fixed.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to select overdrive anymore. You won't be able to install 21%.
right.
6. And then from there, you'll have front and rear dig with the twin. Josh kicked the cord again.
My feet are they're not moving whatsoever, but it's going.
Is it actually fan running the wheels? What is that about?
Bill said our sick week is a drag and drive event that happens down
okay.
it's out of Orlando.
Yeah.
So it started yesterday.
They're trying to bail out early. No.
Like,
We'll
no.
hang out with you guys.
Sorry, what? I can't hear you.
Oh, there's Jim. Yeah, he needs to stop moving. He doesn't have a truck to play with.
Yeah, I know.
Suspension. Someone go grab him the truck. Oh, that's a good question. How's your cage coming, Josh? Still the same thing you posted a month ago?
Well, I've worked on my fixture. It's the fixtures that I'm working on now. So
It's interesting because you get to watch Josh's what comes out of
Yeah.
the brain the moment it happens because
Yeah.
he instantly posts it on social media. He jumps right to CAD and posts that on social media. And then he loses interest. You
I haven't
don't see
lost
it.
interest in the slightest, but I do have some cleaning and organizing to do in my garage.
Yep.
And I can get everything printing here shortly. But I've been working on a different project at the moment, which I did pretty much finish up. So now I need to
Nice.
get that video done so I can work on the cage.
Yes, the 8mm nut driver we sell, either if you buy just the tip or the metric tool set, works with our hubs, and you do not have to use the adapter.
Great. It's the slim wall, the whole
yeah.
deal.
That has always worked. We basically decided to include that adapter and create that part when we made a kit with portals.
Yeah.
We're like, we don't want to force people to buy the tool, so the adapter was the best solution.
Yeah, exactly. That's and if you buy that, you can buy just the tip now, and I think it has a 3.5mm shaft, and you put it in any sort of handle that you have at
Right.
that point.
All right. What hubs are you running, Josh, on your VRD?
I've got 225s with KMC impacts on mine.
Oh, you're narrow.
I'm narrow,
Okay.
and I've got the stock portal covers on. I haven't added more weight.
All right.
But
So I think I'm currently 350s with remember you made that
Oh, yeah.
narrow one? So I'm running that. So I'm at 475.
Gotcha.
And there was a couple gates this weekend where I was way too close.
yeah, I had
But man, it's so stable at that width.
Yeah, I had 350s on my Nationals car with standard portal weights on there. The brass,
Which I
heavy,
believe this has a standard.
which that is that one there.
Yeah.
Those are with tanks, which are a little bit wider. But I've got, like I said, I have impacts on mine with 225s right now, which it's really nice to be able to skirt around things. But sometimes
There was a few gates where I just walked right through because it was a side hill. You needed that stability. But then there was a few that was way too tight.
350s are usually my
Yeah.
my go-to. That's like my baseline typically. So it's 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 nice to be able to just change them out.
Yeah.
So
So he wants larger stub axles, axle shafts on the straights.
probably not, just because
Not standard. However, I wouldn't mind making that part as an option
yeah.
because I do still bend those things.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Depending on the trucks and depending on how you're driving.
Ooh, maybe those new axles. Josh just pulls apart. Kidding. Kidding.
It would be a possibility as an upgrade part, as long as education and people reading a description is the hardest part.
Yeah, and then not knowing we include the adapter.
Yeah, so it definitely makes for, that's the part where
The
I become
industry standard is
a 7mm nut or 7mm
4
driver,
thread.
4mm thread, M4 nut.
But they bend. If you make them hard enough to where they don't bend, you shear them off.
Yeah,
and that's why we did that on the portals.
but if you're running them on like a VRD, a lightweight truck, you're never
fine.
going to bend them.
Yeah.
So
yes, the HD 44 housings will fit the VRD. We did a straight axle swap weeks ago.
Yeah, on here
months ago.
We're almost at 6 months.
I think it was
of live
episode
streaming.
9 that Michael and I did that.
Do you have a spreadsheet?
No, I just picked a number. I'm acting like I can.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
memory's that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's no reason. So you can run the HD 44s. The only hurdle would be to have to go to CMS because you can't use that servo on axle mount
On the HD4. That's
and we sell a CMS kit for the VRD, and then you can pop it on.
Yeah, that would be the way to do it if that was your plan with that. It'll lower you down quite a bit as well, of course, because you'll lose the height of the portal.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Do you run the Incision drive on the carbon?
I do.
I have not on my new one, but I need to because I have popped a drive shaft in a comp.
Lengthwise? Or
The slider.
Oh, you broke one.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was when we were testing the VRDs way back.
That takes a lot.
It does. It was loud, and I thought it was a portal gear when I popped because it was in a hole and was in a bind. And I was like, well, I'd like to finish this course, and I just powered through, and it made a nice loud snap.
Competing is a good way to really test parts because you just have to drive through some stuff.
You're just not.
There's
It's
nothing.
I'm not backing out of this.
Nope. Have to make it through here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see you fiddling with a part there on the bench. What is that?
Oh yeah, I did bring while we were at Super G. I forgot that I've been fiddling with.
Josh drove a drift car.
I did drive a drift car for a brief moment, but Brandon drove it for much longer, and he bent what they thought was I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm almost positive.
I drove the car.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Let's talk about this car.
Oh, yeah.
So pro level drift car sponsored every option part imaginable to tune with.
Yeah. And
because he is tuning all of it to test different things. So the suspension and all the amount of complexity is pretty wild.
It is. It's
and I
whether or not it all is real.
We hit some walls.
Yeah.
With a very high end drift car at full speed.
And Brandon bent the aluminum rear arm. And everybody was coming around because they'd never seen anything like that on that core. They were all just in awe. Luckily, Super G had the replacement parts.
It was very dusty
top shelf in the back.
Nobody will ever buy this because nobody breaks it. And Josh I broke it, bent it.
As soon as he had replaced the part, I said, can I buy that one off of you? The bent one? Because I would like to keep that around. It should go in here.
Jeez.
I should find a place in the
I have a picture of you and Vittorio laughing
and looking at the Brandon's handiwork of what he bent.
Yeah. So they're both taking a picture of the bent parts on the bench because they were so impressed with my work.
There.
But that car was wild impressive to drive. And
I couldn't tell.
You never had a clean corner. There's something so satisfying about that coming in at high speed into that big long sweeper.
I came into all of them at high speed
and holding a drift all the way through it without tapping the wall.
I don't know.
As soon as you do that, you would be hooked.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Another tool question.
I just had to know what
Metric driver standard. Okay.
just keep checking the website there. Everything's being packaged right now.
Yeah.
Metric are already back on the site.
Well, he wants nut drivers, so that's a different handle.
Those are done as well.
Okay. Yeah. So check the site.
Just keep checking.
I know they're all moving through right now.
Yeah, everything's done. Everything's rolling.
Yep.
So, put in the Origin foam rail foam. That is a good spot.
Those are mine, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. We always forget to mention that.
If we're still looking for,
I need marketing help.
we need a marketing person.
Josh needs it as well.
That is our definitely our most in need.
You guys asking for t-shirts? If we had a marketing person that was good with that stuff, I would just hand it off to him and say, please go make it all.
That is the most
and-
needed position. We're also, another designer is a good possibility. The marketing is the most needed.
Yeah. Someone that can help with web, photography, social media, clothing, banners, all of that stuff.
And, a huge, and all kinds of things that a marketing person would be like, why aren't you doing this? Like,
Please do it.
don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We probably should be.
Yep.
Because we are not.
We're very fortunate currently that the product sells itself, and we have a customer base that that's very helpful and educated, and then you with your YouTube helping everybody out. So
yeah, but that's definitely still something that we're looking for. So keep that in mind. That would be, and we are talking about in-house.
So we're in Sacramento. We're looking for someone that can work in-house.
We need that. We need that for sure. Just because there's so many things that if we were dealing remote, we would still be having to spend so much time.
Someone to help with the Wi-Fi. Hopefully, we only had a few glitches today.
I've had everything replaced.
Yeah. Oh, the guy with the spinning sign out front. We have plenty of that walking up and down Roseville Road.
Yeah.
We just need to give them
You would never be short on conversation.
Yeah.
You might want to use it as a shield at times, though. But beyond that. Hey, DSM is in here. I forgot to include it in the news, but
what?
I know.
I literally sent that to you,
and I had
so that you could put it in the news.
I know. I was like, I saw it. And then I forgot. DSM Off-Road just released a bunch of VRD carbon parts. You can get a combination carbon fiber and printed rear bed setup that looks great.
Since Josh didn't share it in the Scale News, I did share it to our Vanquish page.
Yes. So I'll try and put it in next week's news.
Yeah. Cool looking parts. We appreciate that.
Also, DSM, you can also send me an email to help me. Like, hey, here's new stuff.
Hey, don't forget.
I have new stuff coming.
How did you miss that? Vanquish related.
I know.
VRD related. I even asked you about it and sent you the link.
He's even in my
bookmark. And then Josh was like, oh, yeah, I already saw that. Cool. Trying to help out.
I know.
Yeah, but no, that stuff looked great.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. So you can go check that out. See what he's got. How many? Oh, PLBTF this year.
Coming down from Canada.
Wow, nice.
That's probably the event to go to.
It is.
Is Matt going?
Yeah, I believe so. So
I'll have to try to go.
Yeah, it's they'll at least be
PBTF,
I would say,
for you guys that don't know, is Proline by the Fire. September
19th,
Apple
2021.
Valley, so it's in Southern California. Great event.
Horseman Center Park down in
as long as it's not windy.
That's fine regardless.
Jeez. So you're going.
I'm going. Michael's talked about wanting to go.
Dan will go.
Dan will definitely be
I might try to go.
So yep.
I don't know if Josh will let me bunk in his Airbnb that he's getting or not, but he never invites me.
So. The other thing is that it's the week of NERSA for us. So
that makes for a long trip.
It does make for a long trip. So we'll have our NERSA show, which is the National Retail Hobby Store Association dealer show in Vegas that week. So I'll usually drive down on Sunday or Monday.
Don't we have a few of these already? Grumpy, cynical old guy. Just kidding.
So we'll drive down, we'll do that show, and then head over to Horseman Center Park for the rest of it. So it does make for a 8-9 day trip for the whole thing.
Can we share our CAD software? That's not a leak, right?
No.
I almost just said, but you're so sensitive. I use SolidWorks. Jim's using Mastercam.
Yeah.
For programming.
I use Fusion, so I use SolidWorks here as well at times. But I also do use Fusion here quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, laser fixturing, things like that. I have it installed on my laptop, and oftentimes I'm just on my laptop, and I'll just do it here. Just hit it done.
Tony's going.
Tony taking the
That'll
bus.
be a crew.
Yep.
Oh, is that how you get down there?
No, not generally.
Oh yeah, because Nicole goes with you.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
no, we are not live on Facebook anymore. 3:30, we close that down and just ask everyone to come over to YouTube.
First 30 minutes are on both. The last 30 minutes only on YouTube.
VRD kits, dude, are they out of stock?
Yesterday.
Okay, because they were still in stock last week.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
as of yesterday, I think. So
we sent out a lot of them to distribution. So we're supporting dealers. They're not technically out of stock. They are totally available.
Definitely available currently, yes.
Yeah, we are out of stock at Vanquish Products.
Yeah, for maybe.
It won't be long.
Yeah,
don't give an ETA.
I'm not going to give a date.
I would get in trouble for that.
That is true. So
but yes, you can still find VRDs. A-Main will definitely have them, and then any dealers that order from them, Horizon has them, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. So dealers that normally order from either of those locations can still likely get them if they don't order direct from us, but we'll have them back before too long.
Yeah.
So when is Vanquish Fest? He's down there.
Oof. After we get a marketing person,
we just need a marketing person
to handle the whole
10 or 15 more people after that.
Yeah.
And then we can look at our own event.
Yeah.
The guys that,
I would be down to do a one-day event. Like, I think we could handle, maybe, it's a lot. Like, that's a lot. It would just have to be a one-day scaled trail, like something like Elio does.
Yeah.
With
Scale Challenge West. Yeah. It's, that would be about the limit of it. Yeah. It's still a lot of work. The guys that put on events do not get enough credit for how much work it takes to put on events, especially as good as some of these events have gotten. I haven't been to many bad events in the last few years, but
really,
I've been to less prepared events, and I've been to these really well prepared events, and they do not get enough credit for how much effort they put in to make those events that good. Alumina rear, those are done, right? They just are working their way through.
We made a small change for that cap head, and I haven't seen that cross my desk yet.
Okay.
But as soon as that checks out, we'll be in production on those.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a physical part. Michael has it on his desk. So they do exist.
Cool.
Yeah, where are we at on portal housings?
I believe that those are going through as well. I'm pretty sure. I think maybe I even saw them in packaging.
Nice. Yeah, so those are really close.
Let's see.
Proline by the Fire or Axial Fest. Proline will have better terrain. So
Proline has,
if you want to drive
terrain
and check out some cool terrain, Proline. If you want to see a bunch of vendors and hang out,
Axial Fest,
maybe a bigger vendor row at Axial Fest.
No,
because Proline draws.
Proline has got more vendors
Yeah.
and more people. It's very wide open as well as far as run what you brung, bashers, regular cars, and everything, and great, great terrain.
Yeah.
Axial Fest is more limited on terrain now in the current location, which is the same location as last year. It was already been announced and all that. And by all means, you can still have fun at there, and it's in a beautiful area.
Yes.
And there's amazing terrain.
The
10
Rubicon
minutes
is
from
not far from
you're 10 minutes from the Rubicon, so you can leave and go to some of the best rocks ever, but the event is not at those. So yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so yes, we were out of stock on portal housings, and then they sold out again.
Yep.
So they are in production.
Yeah, again, you'll keep seeing those.
Yep.
Just keep checking. That's what I thought.
HD44 diff covers. Is that something we considered selling separately?
Not at this point.
We don't really need to, especially with that one being rotated up.
Yeah. So it,
Unless you're
we-
asking for a special color or something.
we had
which,
sold them previously in red when they were Curry
Right.
Rock Chalk covers,
Right.
but we've changed them now, and they're the HD44. They come with the red. So at this point, we hadn't planned on selling those separately. So yeah.
yes, they were back in stock. Everyone
Cool.
confirmed. Okay. So
Um,
Michael's not lying. Thank you,
Proline
Josh.
pulls everyone except manufacturer, or
Except
tire
tire
manufacturers,
manufacturer,
which Pitbull has been there the last few years. So,
Huh.
yeah, they'll let anybody in.
We
that
make
place.
tires now.
Yeah, we make tires. They let us in. I don't even think that they mind that we show up.
So others are confirming Proline's a good event.
Yeah.
I think how's the camping situation, the overnight stuff? Like Proline, you're going to stay in Victorville
Proline's camping.
or
dude.
you're camping.
Yep.
Whereas Axiofest Axiofest is only camping.
Yeah.
It's quite a trek to get to.
It's a trek if you want to stay at a hotel or someplace with a roof. In general, yeah, I drive home from Axial Fest every day, which is like an hour,
for you.
hour 45.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a drag. And the last like 45 minutes is just winding uphill.
Yep.
Nicole got car sick the last
I can see
day
that.
coming down the
Yeah,
hill.
if you're not,
Just
yeah.
I washed my Jeep for the second time that year.
That thing is disgusting. You don't even have kids.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't get as,
So you want clear diff covers. Okay, we should probably do black as well.
we'll see.
It's more work.
Maybe with the new website though.
Okay, there you go.
I don't have to remake all of the listings again on the new
Yeah.
one. We'll see.
Yep.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, guys just want extra colors. Stubby kits, again, no ETA on those yet. They are in process. Clear tires. No, it's a Josh thing.
I
I
know.
don't know why he started that.
Because it would be awesome.
Just looking, we really need to clean this bench off.
See, this is how my bench at home looks as
Oh,
well.
it's
Everywhere
driving me
outside of
nuts.
everywhere outside of the camera is full of things.
There's the toenail color again that Josh still hasn't.
Well, so I've got the girls packaging though.
Are they?
I am going to do something with them.
What do you guys think of that?
It doesn't ship.
I would have a hard time painting a body for that.
Yeah, you definitely have to go neutral with the body
Yeah, but if
color.
you went too light, the whole truck will just be like. Not good.
I want to sell them just to see if people will detail the rest of the body like a toe.
What is this doing here?
Oh, jeez.
Is that an SHR?
No, that is a prototype of a
Oh yeah,
Poison Spider. When Poison Spider owned that wheel, they had a very specific design that they had used, and that was a prototype of that. It even had a 4-hole rear ring that we never made a rear ring of. So even though we had a bunch of these sitting around, I was like, "Ooh, I want to run." I was like, "Oh wait, we've never made a
don't
rear
have
ring."
a rear ring.
Which-
You could get a 6-hole and then use 2 screws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, still not gonna ever run that. These will never actually.
Cap or front axles? Are we still waiting
it's
on
all,
shafts?
yeah, just all still in process.
Sorry,
You'll
guys.
see
I
it.
know we've been saying that. For
Once
6
they hit the
months.
website, you'll see them. If not on the website yet,
Moose Jaw
They're
can
not
make
there.
something work. Oof,
I want the
that would be a challenge.
I want the full toe on there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Will the Vanquish brass clamp rings fit the element wheels?
no
I
idea.
don't know.
I don't think. I have no idea.
Ideally, they use the same diameter and width, but
I forgot.
I don't know. Do they have an internal clamp ring? If they do,
I didn't think that they did. I thought it was just a 3. I don't
Yeah.
know. I would have no idea.
if you are looking for a plastic wheel that uses the brass clamp rings, the new KMC Riots that we released
Yeah, they're the
maybe about a month ago.
yeah, something like that. So they're an incision wheel.
Yeah, we have some. Most likely right there on the foam sample. Great looking wheel.
So yeah, this wheel here, it comes on the Fordyce. It's a bead lock on the backside there. You've got the 8 screws to hold that together. There's 4 stainless pieces of hardware in there. That's why it threw me off.
Sorry.
I was like,
But that was me assembling something quickly for a
it
photo.
uses our same clamp ring on the on the inside. And if you wanted to swap that out, you could put either our brass in there or the new powder metal style sintered clamp rings.
Yep.
Which are super heavy.
Yes, 135 grams. Largest tires for Phoenix. So the included 465s. The Phoenix came with the kit came with VXTs. The RTR came with Falcon 465.
Right.
Same height. That's about as high as you can go without trimming. You can go to a 475. It will barely rub. If you don't like it rubbing, you can either trim the fender, or we sell a +5 molded rod end for the shock. So look at I don't remember the part number, 411 IRC 00411. But we sell, and it's a +5, and then you'll clear 475s, no problem.
Yeah. The Yokohama 470 4.75 inch tall will be the closest to clearing. The VXT2 4.75 will clear a little less. So
0.01.
Machined rod ends are not discontinued. Those will return as well.
Yeah, where are you on those?
They're in the schedule, but they're not as close as a couple of other
We're
things.
doing them though.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
But
We need to
there's
get
some
those
other
back.
there's other things ahead of it at the time
Yep.
that we need.
You know what though? Those brass rings fit the foams a little better. The powder metal sintered heavier rings will expand them a bit. So
yeah,
nothing wrong with the brass rings. Yep.
That's Wheels of Fortune, but with tires and foams included.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That would be a hurdle.
Yes,
Let's talk about an inventory nightmare.
Oh, I know. I create so many problems with Wheels of Fortune, or with Trucks of Fortune, Wheels of Fortune, whatever it was, that we end up unraveling it until the next time that I do it. Like, oh, we need to order more of that. We need to order more of that.
Yep. Yeah. So you must be talking about Phoenix Portal, which came with 80 mil shocks. You go to 90s, that's plenty of room for the rear tire. Will be no problem. I should once cut twice.
What chassis rails are in the shadow box over Josh's right shoulder? Oh, that's the original VS410
Sample. So before
prototype.
before we actually got stamped steel rails or tooling done, Jim machined those for me. And then I'm trying to remember why we ended up with the die cut foam.
That was what came in the kit, the origin kits.
No, the frame rails were not that. We only have one of those foam pieces.
Oh, you're right.
That's just the frame rail foam. I think we were going to sell the chassis kit with that. And then we priced ourselves out of the chassis kit. Like the retail price got too high.
Might have been. I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah, because remember we ended up just rubber banding the rails together in that bag?
Right. Because
we wanted to do that.
The axles and the bumpers and everything.
Too much.
Those were in the foam.
Yes. Trans housing, sliders, all that stuff.
That was a cool box.
Yes, it was.
That was, we actually, that whole box, that was even going to be more expensive when we did it the first. Because remember, we were going to do USB for instruction
manual. Yeah.
And all that. And then they started giving us the price. And we're like, man,
wow, this is expensive.
This really adds up. Like, that might be a little extravagant. So.
Yeah. That was our first lesson for you guys, because I came from that world previously, which was the complete opposite. No, that's a penny too expensive.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, that adds $5, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, it's worth it. Look how cool this is.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that was super fun though. It was a pretty cool unboxing experience.
Yeah, so, it was cool.
Although once we went to the Pro, even though the unboxing wasn't as much, that was a fast one.
It was. I think everybody's like, peace out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tire support. You drop 3 front sand tires in each kit.
Yeah. Boy, we really capitalized on doing a proper mystery
box.
Fortune.
Yeah. Mystery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trucks of mystery. Yeah. Oh man. Still worth it.
All right, guys. 4:00.
Oh yeah, 4:00. Thanks for
hanging out, watching.
We
appreciate all your feedback and questions.
Week 24.
Part says free stuff. All right, guys. Have a good week.
See you next Tuesday.